Princess of Wales, for the first year of her marriage, had a favorite shoe brand, one that she wore exclusively, to such an extent that people became quite frustrated with her lack of variety when it came to her shoes. And it's currently on sale this week and well worth a good review. And that is the LK Bennett Sledge heel with a almond toe, a platform, and a high heel. These were an absolute must for Catherine until I think about maybe 2015-16. She wore these constantly, and I gave these a bit of a try, and I have some thoughts. So we are going to get into all of this today, but if you guys haven't been to Royal Fashion News before, hello, my name is Brittany, and this is the channel for all those who have a passion for royal fashion. So if you guys want to hit that subscribe button, I would absolutely love to have you back. And we do also have an agreement here, a sponsorship with Ana Lucia Diamonds, and I want to bring your attention to my lovely tear necklace here, which is amazing. I think it's called Locked Heart Locked. That is it. We have two tones here, yellow gold, white gold, and it's just so sweet. I got so many compliments on it when I was traveling recently. And so if you are interested in checking that out, and if you use code ROYAL20, you shall save 20%. I've been wearing it all the time, and I absolutely love it. They also recently gave me this diamond dazzling band here with lab created diamonds. They are just absolutely incredible. So if you're interested, again, there will be a link up above and a link down below. So let's get into this review. And first off, I do have to say, my dress, which I'm having mixed feelings about, and I should have shared earlier, is actually the same one that Princess Alexia wore at the recent Dutch photo call. So I might do like a short series of like comparing myself in royal looks to the real royals, or doing like royal inspiration. So that could be fun and entertaining, and I'm sure ripe for mockery, but to me it's fun. I love royal fashion, which is why, again, I wanted to try out these shoes. And at the time when Catherine was initially married, because she wore these all the time, I had to think to myself, these must be fairly comfortable. Now, these are the actual newer versions of the LK Bennett Sledge. I do have an older used version as well. I don't think the leather here is particularly as pretty as these are, but these are sort of the color Catherine wore a lot, these trench colors. You'll see a bunch of pictures here of Catherine just wearing these endlessly. These were by far her favorite heels. So it was actually such a huge boon for LK Bennett that I remember they actually had a store kind of near the One World Trade Center, and they had expanded a lot in the States because of Catherine. But of course, when Catherine stopped wearing the shoes, it kind of went a bit quiet. They used to be on Nordstrom, then they went away from Nordstrom, but now they are back part of the anniversary sale. And because I wanted to do like a longer review on like the initial shoes Catherine wore in the first years of her marriage, because she really had a stockpile of like 3 shoes. She had like a fancy pair, her big old wedges, and these. Like she branched out in other ways too, but she had a very, very specific set of shoes. We're actually almost seeing a little bit of a resurgence of that this year, where she's really leaning on her Ralph Lauren Celia heels. She's worn her GM Vito Rossi's quite a bit as well. We haven't seen as much variety though, which I do find sort of interesting. But when it came to these, I was like, okay, I need to actually wear these out and about to give you guys a decent review. Are they super comfortable? So I have to say, at least for the patent, I have to say no. Yeah, I know. Terrible, right? I was really hoping, oh yes, because they're on the Nordstrom anniversary sale, you save over $100. They're, I think, $229 right now. They're usually $325. So you do get a great deal, but I didn't find them to be super comfortable and cozy, even with the platform. Now, there's another reason why, and maybe if you are interested in exploring your LK Bennett option, because I'm sure for some people, these are like their favorite heels ever. The challenge I found with these in particular is that when it came to this heel section, even though these are 37s, which is a 7, sometimes on the Nordstrom site, it says they're 6s. They're not. A 37 is a 7, 38 is an 8, 39 is a 9, etc., etc. 40 is a 10, 41 is 11, 35 is a 5. Like you get the picture there. But what I found with these, even though they were the correct size, is that my heel kept slipping out the back. And if you've never had that happen before, I just may have like extremely narrow heels, because I have this happen quite a bit to me. And even if I go down in size, sometimes they're too small. If I go up in size or like do my average size, they're too big and I still have the same issue. So it's just, I find it to be a very particular thing to me. So that might not be what you experience. But when your heel's slipping out as you walk, you kind of walk like you're on stilts because you can't take a decent stride, because if your heel pops out, I mean, you're up here 4 inches high, 4 or 5 inches high, you could topple over really easily because you just don't have the stability that you need. Now, when it comes to Catherine, apparently she has a bit of a cheat, which are these Alice bow. I think these would help a bit. Obviously, as well, people can put the inserts in the back. I don't find those to be super helpful sometimes, so I am going to do some sort of experiment to try and see if that makes these better. But I do have to say overall, like, they were heels and they weren't terribly comfortable. So you definitely felt the height. If you are somebody who loves heels, who has never had any problems, I think you would love these. But for me personally, I was hoping they'd be a little bit more comfortable. I also had here with my left foot in particular, which is the one I broke. So again, that's very personal to me, maybe not your experience, that the leather here in the corner tended to pinch my feet after a while. And that became really, really uncomfortable. So I have to say these are a profound no, but here's the interesting thing. We do have the second pair, which might be just a little bit different. Let me see. So, I mean, they should be mostly the same, but you can definitely see a little bit difference here in the back and how they're stamped and everything. We also have the top as well with the LK Bennett tag here rather than imprinted. So in some ways, they are very similar, but you can see a bit of a difference here as well. And these are 37, so these might be more comfortable. So I may try them here really quickly and see if I have the same issue. Although it was funny because when I first put my original shoes on at church, again, I did it at church because I was like, this is the easiest and everything. I had a tough time getting my feet in the shoe, and then they were in the toe box too much, and then I still had other problems. So me and my feet issues, guys, it's quite a thing. Okay, now I feel like, again, I can't get my feet in these shoes. This is ridiculous. Whew, whew. Okay, so barely got my feet in. Will these ones slip out of my heel? I don't think so, because they're crushing my pinky toe. They're crushing my pinky toe. So I feel much more stable on these. I will be totally honest. Maybe they might stretch, but so far my pinky toe's being crushed. But I don't feel like I'm gonna fall over now. So yay me, I guess. I did though get 2 different styles of LK Bennett's here. And you can see how tall they make you. So if you want to be really tall, these are great. And I don't think these have ever really been worn. So they don't even have this film. You're supposed to take this film off the back, and they never done that, so I'm doing that now. I got these from the Real. So I'll link that, and maybe, just maybe, they were made a little bit different, or we have a little bit different makeup here. I'm not entirely sure, but this is them. I feel like maybe they were left out in the sun or something, because I don't think this is a normal color. But we did get, as well, something different, because the thing is, patent leather is stiffer. So, and these are the ones I always really wanted, which are the Sledges, but in suede. So these are the suede LK Bennett's here. So these might be slightly more comfortable because suede tends to mold to your foot a bit more, and it has a bit more of flexibility, and it's softer. It's not as hard as the patent. So I have a feeling this may be a little bit better. All right. So I am in the heels. These do look good. I think the suede for me is probably my favorite, just because it's a very classic look, especially with the black. But again, I like had the hard thing where I was like trying to put my feet in, and it was a little bit of a struggle. But as they wear out, will I have the same heel issue? Because that for me, guys, is the issue, is the heel. But other than that, these definitely, I think especially the black suede, are probably my favorite. They also have a more, they call it Napa leather on sale. Not the patent one in black, but the Napa one in black. So we have black suede, black Napa leather, and the trench. Now, I can't specifically recommend the trench. I mean, you can tell I did wear it. I didn't find it to be super comfortable. Jury's still out on the black suede, so I may have to do an update for you guys here sometime in the future. But at this point, ladies and gentlemen, if you are interested in getting a pair of Catherine's absolute favorite shoes for the first couple of years of her marriage, and these are at a decent price point, you know, the Gianvito Rossi are like on the average like $700 or something. So these are definitely giving you a better price point if you want to try. And obviously you don't have to stick to them. When it comes to the size of the shoe, remember, you just take the 3 off and do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you have 10 is 40. So I hope that helps. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts on my heel issue. I know other people think I'm crazy, but honestly, it's like a constant issue and I don't know how to fix it. But I appreciate you guys watching. Let me know. I will try to maybe do some fun little like shorts with all the royal fashion we have here. And we do have a whole rack of clothes to go over and share with you guys. I've gotten in the last year or so of royal styles. And some of them are available, some of them are not, and some of them may be a surprise and others not. But tune in for more. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. The anniversary sale with Nordstrom ends on Sunday, by the way. So check these out, or check these out. Let me know again what you think, and I shall talk to you again here very, very soon. Bye.